Hi, this is Gail with Beaded Jewelry Diva, and today we are going to make this earring for our project. So these are using the 2-hole Ava beads, which I thought were kind of cool. Shout out to Potomac Bead Company for sending me some. We're also going to use these 2-hole cabochon beads, which is something new that I just found. We're going to use some drops and some seed beads, and this is a fun little set of earrings. Now this particular one is only about 1 inch long. But you'll see later on where I've made them longer, so it's a different variation. So after I show you how to make these, I'll also show you the variations so you can get an idea of different color combinations and different ways I used to do things. Anyway, if you enjoy this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment. Would you like me to do some more 2-hole bead videos? Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look and see what we need to do to make these earrings. Okay, I've begun by stringing on my stop bead, this little orange bead out here. Then I strung on one part of this cabochon, or 2-hole cabochon bead, then 8 seed beads, and then I'm going back down through the other side of the 2-hole cabochon bead. So what I'm doing is I'm making my loop for my earring finding. At this point, I pick up 3 of the size 15 seed beads. Then I grab this guy, the Ava bead, and I'm going to put my needle through the top, or the bottom, the V part, I guess you might want to call it. Putting my needles through that, so it's going to look like this. 3 more seed beads, size 15s. And then I'm going to make sure that I move this around, because what I want to do is I want to go ahead and put my needle up through, not this little guy, but up through this side again, and put my needle and thread all the way through all of these beads in the finding loop. Till I'm back, and I've also put my needle through these 3 seed beads that I had originally added between the cabochon bead and the Ava bead. So this is what it looks like, and don't worry that it looks a little like it has too much slack in it. We'll take care of that as we go on. Okay, now time to pick up 6 of the size 15 seed beads. 4, 5, and 6. And go to put it down to the next part of the bead. So what we're doing is we're making a side. Then I get the bead again, the 2-sided cabochon, and you've got to watch it. Now I can see that my dome is on this side, so I want to make sure that I put my dome in like this, and that I don't accidentally put it in upside down. So what I usually do is I usually just sit the bead on the mat until I can find which holes I want to send it through, and then I string it. Make sure that I've got them set up right before I pull my thread through. And there we go. So now I have to go ahead and put 6 more beads up through this side. Now when I've got my 6 beads on, I'm going to go back through the top of the Ava bead. So now it looks like this. I'm going to go back down through those 6 beads that I added. Okay, so it's coming out of that. Now I'm going to add 4 size 15s. Four size 15s. Now here comes the other side of the Ava bead. Now I've got, when I'm doing it this way, since I want them to fit together like this, I've got to make sure that I've got it pointing in the right direction. So I put my needle through that first, then I put it through the two-sided cabochon or the two-hole cabochon bead. Make sure that I've got them lined up correctly. And then finally put it back through the other side of the Ava bead. Boy, am I going into contortions today to do this. And so we're back strung through the other side of the Ava bead. Now I've got to go ahead and put 4 beads to make it up to here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 of the 5 size 15s. And I'm just going to go back through the Ava, the 2-hole cabochon, and out through the other side. Now we're kind of doing a lot of loop-de-loops, and part of it serves to strengthen, and part of it is just, I found it easier to do it this way with the loop-de-loops rather than a few other ways I tried it. You'll see what I mean by one of the ones I'll show you in a bit. But now that we're coming out of the bottom of this one, I pick up 2 size 15s and then 3 of these 3mm drops. Now you can use either the 3mm drops or the 2.8mm drops. I've seen them labeled both ways. And I'm going to go ahead and go through the point of the V. What you don't want to do is you don't want to use the bigger drops, like I think they're 3.2mm. Those get a little bit too big for this. I'm going through here. I'm going to pick up 5 more. 3, 4, 5. So 5 more. I've got my thread coming out of this side, but I'm going to put my needle back through this side because I'm going to be making a loop over the point of that V. So add 3 more of the drops and then 2 size 15s. And go up into the size 15 bead string. So this is what it looks like so far, and you can see that it still looks a little on the wonky side. There's too much thread showing, but we're going to take care of that right now. So I'm going to go, at this point, I'm just going to go around the outside beads. So all the size 15s and all the drops. I'm not going back into the Avas, and I'm not going back into the 2-hole cabochons, with the exception of this top one. So this top one I'll still go ahead and go around through, because it never hurts to, strengthen up your earring finding area. Okay, I'm back down here, and you can see, like I said, that there are still some thread showing. So this will take care of it nicely. Now I've tried using a size 11 and a size 12 beading needle to work this, and I find that the size 12s work better because of these size 15 seed beads. I have been able to make this using a size 11 beading needle, but don't count on it. It might be easier just to go ahead and work with a size 11 or a size 12 from the very beginning. All right, so this is done. What we need to do now is go ahead and tie off the ends and then put it on the earring findings, and we're done. But let me go ahead, I'll do that, and then I will go ahead and show you some other variations or other color combinations and another variation that I did of this. I thought I'd go ahead and show you the half hitch just in case you're not familiar with it. So I'm basically just making a loop right around where I came out, putting my needle through the loop, and then just cinching it tight. And then after that, I would just go ahead and go through another few seed beads, and I'm done. I'm going to snip both of these. You don't need to worry about tying this one off so much. These are all filled with, these bead holes are all filled. You can, if you want to, go ahead and do a half hitch for this one. I'm not going to bother to because I've made quite a few of these and none of them have fallen apart yet, just by not tying this one. Okay, so here are the earrings. You can see that they're really nice, pretty little earrings. So here's the set that we just made. Now another set that I made, it is more matte, so I guess maybe it's more casual, but it's in shades of like purple and turquoise, and this time I have the silver Ava beads, but this is really made the same way as this one was. Then we have this set, and this is with the disc duo beads. As you can tell, they're a lot thinner than the two-holed cabochons, but these are also two-holed beads. And these are Potomac Bead Company very kindly sent me these, and also the Avas to play with. But you can see on this one I added some more of the drop beads up higher than I did on this side. On these I just put it on lower. These I added some up higher. And then if you like something a little bit longer, I did something like this. So this is almost, well, this is the same idea, except instead of the 4 seed beads linking this area, I just put 3 drop beads. Then this is all seed beads, 3 more drop beads on each side, and then I added another bead below here, and this one is just a hex, 2-holed hex bead. So you can see that you can do an awful lot with this particular little bead pattern. You could just go ahead and make it your own. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video tutorial today. If you have, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. I hope you'll stop by and visit me often. See me over at beadedjewelrydiva.com. This is Gail, signing out, saying have yourself a beautiful day. Bye.